Hello, everyone. Welcome again. We are live with the Meet the New Participants series of the Ultimate LinkedIn Prospecting System, which is a 3-month group coaching program for language professionals. And today we have together Nicola. Am I pronouncing correct? Your name is Monty? No?
Monty.
Monty, okay. Thank you so much. Where are you based, Nicola?
I'm based in the Paris region in France.
Amazing.
But, next to Disneyland.
Okay, next to Disneyland, amazing. So many people will be jealous of you right now. But would you like to introduce yourself, like before we start, like your background in translation?
Okay, so I studied languages at university. My dad is Swedish, my mum's English, and I grew up in the UK. So I grew up bilingual with Swedish and English. And I was kind of always fascinated by French. So I studied French and Swedish at university. Then I worked for a startup. I moved to France, worked for a startup for 5 years. And they had more and more kind of translation work. As I worked there, I started off in client services and ended up doing more and more translation and like marketing work because I had a newsletter as well. I used to write for them. So then I decided to specialize more in translations. Then I got a master's in translation. I worked in a translations agency for like a year. And then I started my own business as a translator because the translation agency was a bit too much proofreading, not enough actual translation. And I decided that I really wanted to be doing the translation work rather than kind of reading other people's translations. And I've had my own company since 2013, I think.
Okay. So there are enough years, like 11 years already. Amazing.
Wow. Yeah. Time flies.
Time flies. Since 2014, the official company, I mean, that I own. I started.
I was like December 2013, so practically 2014.
Okay, so yeah, more or less we're the same year, but I'm like a freelancer since 2007, so I can say that I have 17 years of experience in total. So how many years you would consider yourself having experience?
I would say 16 years because I started in the startup company. I started translating towards the end of my time there, and that was in like 2008. So
okay, now is the question that everyone is interested in learning, because I know your name in written, so I've seen that you've been following me for a while, maybe through my newsletter or other free trainings of mine. So I always ask people that they join my programs, what did you make, let's say, to take that step now and to make such a decision to invest in such a program yourself?
Okay, well, yeah, I've been doing translation for quite a while. I feel like I'm kind of in a bit of a stagnated kind of state. I've got 2 children who've kind of caused me to take a bit of my eye off the business for a while. I have a daughter who's disabled, so I have to spend quite a lot of time helping her. So now I really feel like I need to be in a place where, well, my work's more fulfilling for a start, because a lot of the stuff I do isn't actually stuff that I enjoy. I just do it to kind of pay the bills. So I want to get the clients the work that I actually enjoy.
I've been there.
Because I kind of felt like I was at a bit of a crossroads. I kind of felt like I could either carry on like this for the next, like, I don't know how many years, just kind of waiting for stuff to come to me, or I could go out there and look for stuff that's more interesting. And I thought that this kind of came along at a time where I was in a kind of, where I was kind of in the mood to look for something else, to make some changes. And I have had some success with LinkedIn before with prospecting. I've got a couple of clients like that before. I'm definitely not consistent. I have no plan. It's just been kind of like the clients I've got have just been like, hey, I'd like to work for that client. Let's just write to them. So I'd like to have more of a plan, more of a system, and also keep kind of prospecting regularly, because I have a really bad habit of prospecting when I don't have enough work. Then I have too much work. Then I stop prospecting entirely. And I kind of want to be in a more of a planned kind of, not just prospecting when it's like, oh, I have no jobs, let's prospect now. I want it to be, more regular. So that was really what made me want to sign up.
So you mentioned that you already are aware of LinkedIn prospecting and you have got some results on your own. Is that correct? Like you've been implementing methods on your own?
I have, but like I said, extremely inconsistently. So it's really been like,
so
I've
you
just
realized.
Yeah, I realized that I need to be more consistent. It's really been like one client who I've happened across and thought, oh, I like this client. I'd like to work for them. Maybe they have some work for me. I'll write them a quick message. But it hasn't been at all like consistent. It hasn't been at all kind of, I don't know, not mass, but it hasn't been, you know, in any kind of volume.
It's not a strategy, let's say. It's something that you do spontaneously. So for me, prospecting, it's something that we do on a consistent basis with specific strategies so as to achieve specific results. So that's something definitely we're going to cover in the program. So I understand that you would like to join the program to gain consistency, for the accountability, more or less, and the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So the most common question like people would like to find out about new participants is like what you would like to learn. You mentioned about the consistency that you're lacking to your strategy right now, but if you had, let's say, one or two things that you would like to learn through this program, what would that be?
I'd like to learn kind of an efficient way to prospect. So it's not just, you know, like when you do it like one at a time for just one client, then maybe you spend like, I don't know, half a day kind of getting your email just right and like trying to get the right approach. And I want to find something that's a bit more easy to kind of replicate, to, you know, that isn't quite so time intensive. That's one thing I really want to do. And apart from that, I guess, yeah, making efficient use of my time is kind of a big one for me, because I don't have a huge amount of time to where I'm actually free to work. So I need to kind of make efficient use of the time that I do have. So I'm not spending all of my time either working or prospecting. It needs to be more of a part of my daily routine or my weekly routine. So it's really something, you know, it's like time management, I guess, in a way. I don't know. It's like a way to fit prospecting into my regular work.
We're going to do that 100%, yes. And if you have seen other testimonials or other success stories, many mentees, they have mentioned that they have been using, let's say, LinkedIn for 10 minutes per day. So this is definitely something you can achieve on your own. And let's say if you had, usually the last question is if you had one thing to have achieved by the end of the 3-month program, which most probably will be in December, okay? We start in October. It is a 3-month program, October, November, December, most probably late December and early January, you will be ready, let's say, to go alone and implement. But of course, we will be implementing throughout the program. So before the year ends, if you would like to have achieved one thing, what would that be?
It would be to actually do something. Because I'm like so good at like thinking. Yeah, exactly. I'm so good at thinking about things. Making things perfect, wasting a lot of time, like thinking about what I could do and how it could be better, and not actually doing anything. So actually finishing something and doing something is like, would be great.
I think many people will find that relevant to them, because I know that many colleagues, they know theoretically in their mind, okay, what they might or they should be doing, but they never find the time or the energy, or because of imposter syndrome or any other reasons, they don't put that into action. So I think many people will relate with you right now. So thank you so much, Nicola, for taking that step. And I can't wait to see your results starting October 1st, guys. I don't know, do you have, Nicola, any questions for me? Something you'd like to ask me? Maybe other people, they have the same questions like you, so we can answer questions now.
I guess about like the time commitment, like how much time do we have to put
that's
in?
very
like,
yes.
Yeah, so like, yeah, just have an idea of how much time I need to kind of set aside so I can get ready for this.
Okay, so great question. Many people, they ask me that even before they make the decision to actually join the program. So I usually, my answer to this is, how much time are you willing to spend or invest in such a program so as to see your dreams come true? Because for me, it's not just about creating a strategy or, let's say, integrating prospecting in your everyday life, or let's say it's about getting rid of projects that you don't really like to do, getting rid of projects that you mentioned earlier that you're just doing just to pay the bills, so to become more self-fulfilled and to create a life and work balance that you really enjoy. Because I think all of us, we deserve of creating a lifestyle that we really enjoy. We have one life. We're here I think, to do things that we really love, and at the same time we provide some kind of quality to our family. But practically, if you would like, let's say, to set aside, generally speaking, it's 2 to 3 hours. It really depends, the starting point of the people that they join this program. But since you mentioned that you are familiar with prospecting, that's why I already mentioned like 2 to 3 hours. The more time someone invests in such a program, the more results and faster, okay, they will get the results that they wish. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And in
Yeah,
order to find
absolutely.
the time, because myself, I also participate in coaching programs as a coachee as well. I have also coaches, I have been mentioning that. I usually use either Friday or one day per week for such purposes, or if I can, one Saturday or the weekend for the extra activities rather than my business run, let's say the everyday schedule that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you, okay, to set aside that time, either one working day or during the weekend. It's up to you to choose, the time that you feel more relaxed, because I think working on your marketing, apart from having the right mindset and positive energy, because it's really important, is to have also a clear mind and to be able to focus on not only implementing but coming up with more even ideas, which I've seen that happening throughout this 3-month program. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, great. So guys, if you have more questions about the program, how it does work and so on, you can leave your comments, okay, in the chat, and we will get back to you, or even you can book a free call with me to actually clarify if you have any, let's say, doubts or any questions regarding the program and how it runs. We start October 1st. Nicola, she has received a welcome email, and the second email, Nicola, by the end, most probably middle end of September, will be with the onboarding form, because we need to have it early enough so as to be able to prepare the material of the program. So it will be a very short form, confidential form that I will only have access there, where I will be asking you your current situation and your goals, what you would like to achieve throughout the program. And I will take that into consideration so as to be able to tailor the content of the modules based on your background and your goals. Plus, that form will include a question about your availability, time zone, and so on. So we'll be able to set the days and the times, and the days are usually one day per week that we meet. Usually it's Tuesday or Thursday, depending. Okay, we'll see that based on your availability as well, in the afternoon, like now and later on, and so as to be able to catch up with the different time zones. What else? And of course, that's the minimum, 1 hour with me per week for 12 weeks. That's the minimum time investment someone can make in this program, 1 hour per week to join the mentorship sessions, that they are live and they take place 1 hour per week for 12 weeks. Then the additional homework that we do, which actually helps us to implement what we learn throughout the mentoring sessions, are 2 to 3 hours per week. There are some people that invest more time. There are people that are faster. It really depends on how they handle their homework and how many results they would like to achieve by the end of the program. Any more questions? Something else you'd like to ask me, Nicola?
No, I think that's everything for the moment. Thank you.
Can I ask one personal question? Why me? Why this program? Is it something that made you trust me? That actually I would really love to know that, just to start building relationships with people.
Yeah. When I listened to one of the free calls that you did, where you discussed the program, and it was clear to me that you understood marketing and that you knew what you're talking about. So that was really the thing that made me decide.
Can you please repeat, because there was a connection interruption here?
Yeah, it was when I listened to you on one of the calls that you did at the beginning of August, I think it was, and it was clear to me when you were talking about like why someone would choose you and stuff like that. It was clear to me that you understood marketing and that you were an expert in marketing. So that kind of sold it for me, that you weren't just talking about stuff that you didn't know about, that you had a deep understanding of what needed to be done.
So for people that they are listening and they do not know, you talk about my marketing experience as a marketing expert myself, and also the fact that I was able to go through the same or similar situations throughout my career, because I started as a freelancer, then I lost as an in-house, then I lost my job. I started as a freelancer with bottom feeders, and then I was able to find by trial and error what it really works. Then I got an MBA, master's degree in business administration, and my thesis was in client acquisition strategies for language professionals. I got a coaching also certificated, became certified as a coach from the US. Currently, I'm studying on a PhD level, also the factors that they affect the business performance of language professionals, freelance translators and interpreters. And of course, the fact that I have a great experience throughout the years presenting about those topics like marketing, client acquisition strategies, LinkedIn specifically, but also other client acquisition strategies. So is that correct, Nicola? That's what you're referring to?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Amazing. So let me know, guys, if you have any more questions about Nicola or the program itself in the comments. I would be glad to get back to you. That was a short video introducing you the new participants. There will be more videos about the new participants, so you can find out what are the background. As you see, most people that join this program are well-established colleagues that they really understand the value of implementing and setting up a strategy for their own business. So Nicola, if you don't have any more questions, we close the live. You stay here with me, okay? Thank you, everyone, that you were here live with us, even if we didn't announce. So see you in the program starting in October, and keep an eye on your emails, Nicola. You stay here with me, and we close the live. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye for now.